now we hear from Jodi's own mother. In an emotional interview with cops, she blurts out while sobbing that Jodi had mental problems and was very troubled. Listen.
How are you doing? You doing okay?
Not good. No.
As good as could be expected, I guess,
I
huh?
feel like I'm gonna puke.
You be okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. How could somebody that you say she did this come back and just be normal?
I don't know.
And Jodi doesn't. Jodi has mental problems. Jodi would freak out all the time. I've had quite a few of her friends call me and tell me that I needed to get her some help. In fact, I had one call me in the middle of the night and tell me that she needed help. Jodi would call me. We don't have a good relationship, me and Jodi. And she would call me in the morning all happy and call me an hour or two later in tears, crying and sobbing about something she didn't want to talk about. And that happened constantly. And her friends saw it too. And I had one friend call me in the middle of the night, and he even called a hotline for bipolar people. Said Jodi's bipolar and she needs help, and that's why we talked her into coming back up here so she could be around family.
Lots of people have said there's something wrong with Jodi Arias. I mean, who on earth would do a headstand in an interrogation room when they're being grilled for murder? Or send flowers to the grandmother of a man she did just kill? This is damning. Her own father does not seem shocked when the detectives tell him they're convinced his daughter killed Travis. What's your reaction to these new tapes? Call me, 1-877-JDM says, 1-877-586-7297. Let's debate it with my expert panel. The more we learn about Jodi, her behavior seems completely bizarre, indeed crazy. Since she clearly did the killing and has admitted it, why wasn't Jodi's defense not guilty by reason of insanity? And just to start it off with a zinger, why don't we start with somebody from the defense, Randy Zelling?
You know, you talk about this evidence from the parents as being damning. I think it's damning for the prosecution, not for the defense. We talk about bipolar. It's a fight between mania, and depression. We think of mania, we think of crazy. We think of psychosis. What is psychosis? The inability to get what's really going on. You live in an alternative universe. You're not getting your lights punched out if you're nuts.
I don't know exactly what you just said, but John Lieberman, please.
Well, first of all, none of the experts in the case have said that she was bipolar #1. She testified to the fact that she knew that what she did was, quote, wrong. She testified, so it's clear that she knows the difference between right and wrong. And sure, she is a mess. We see in that surveillance tape that you just showed. We know she's a mess, but she's also a liar over and over, and she has absolutely no credibility. But not one expert got up there and said that her diagnosis is bipolar.
Wendy Murphy.
Not only that, I mean, to me, the headstand stuff was pure manipulation. She knew she was being recorded. I don't care about that. I do think her parents saying that she's basically a sociopath in their own experience and has been for a very long time is a reason why there should have been an insanity defense case. But you know why it isn't? And by the way, I wrote a piece about this. It'll be at my website later tonight, wendymurphylaw.com, and I've answered this question. Her insanity defense would have closed the door on all this crap we're hearing about sex. In other words, she would have been forced to make a more appropriate defense based on science and diagnosis. Instead, because it's all about the reasonableness of her claim about self-defense, she gets to fill the courtroom with garbage for days on end, and it's very distracting. Why is that good for the defense?
Anahita,
because if the jury's hearing about sex, they're not thinking about the evidence.
With everything. I totally disagree with everything your guest just stated, Jane. But I do believe that these videos, they're very difficult to watch. But, I mean, I believe, if anything, they help Jodi Arias' case because it's consistent. What her parents are stating to the detective is consistent with La Violette's testimony in court, that she had a dysfunctional childhood, that she didn't have a good relationship with her parents. And that plays right into the defendant's self-defense argument.
If everybody that had...
Excuse me, I'd like to finish my statement. That, you know, not only was she abused by Travis Alexander, but she also was abused by her parents. And that is why she had a reasonable fear for her life when she claims Travis Alexander